Getty NGOs accused Macron of having an ulterior motive for holding an international conference on Yemen. 27 aid groups, including Oxfam, Christian Aid and the Norwegian Refugee Council, said in the letter, "We are concerned about the credibility of a humanitarian event on Yemen, co-hosted by Saudi Arabia, one of the parties to the conflict." They said they would not support the conference unless France, as the host, ensured all parties to the conflict participate and engage in good faith, guided by the sole objective of alleviating the suffering of Yemenis. The serious concerns have been raised as a Saudi-led coalition, backed by the West, has been involved in the conflict in Yemen for the past 3 years, carrying out airstrikes. Saudi Arabia vowed the coalition will not leave Yemen until it restores a UN-recognized government and ousts the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels from Sana'a and the Red Sea ports. Both sides in the civil war have been accused of war crimes, but French President Emmanuel Macron has sought to position himself as a mediator in conflicts. However, Paris provides weapons, training and intelligence to the Saudi-led coalition. Since the civil war started, more than 10,000 people have been killed, 3 million driven from their homes and more than 8 million left severely short of food. The United Nations described the situation as the worst ongoing humanitarian crisis in the world. This week the Saudi-led coalition said it had launched an offensive to recapture the coastal region and was now just 6 miles away from the Red Sea port of Hodeida, which is held by Iranian-backed Houthi rebels. A total of 90% of all Yemen's food imports pass through the strategic port, and aid agencies are warning that any disruption to the port's operation will affect the entire country. Fears are growing a major battle could shut the port and deepen the humanitarian crisis. The UN described the situation in Yemen as the worst ongoing humanitarian crisis in the world. France's foreign ministry said on Monday in the conference co-hosted with Saudi Arabia, they discussed the difficulties in getting aid to the population, including the situation at Hodeida. It is unclear how this might fit into UN mediator Martin Griffiths' efforts. After discussions with all parties over the past several weeks, Mr. Griffiths wanted to present a new peace proposal on Friday to resolve the conflict within 2 months. The aid groups said a humanitarian conference that did not set down strict and clear conditions and outcomes might only encourage the warring parties.